So as many of you guys do know, Destroy Lonely has been teasing this upcoming mixtape for some time now, right? And as of yesterday, we received some new info regarding the tape, possibly being Broken Hearts 3, alongside news in regards to the Opium Twins collab tape, Ken Carson Destroy Lonely collab tape, possibly dropping within 2025. So let's get into it. And for those who aren't really in the loop, this is what Lone said regarding the mixtape. He basically just debuted, yo, I'm dropping a mixtape. He said this all the way back in December. This is what he said.
I got a mixtape coming out in the top of the motherfucking year. We not doing no album this time, you know what I'm saying? We dropping real raw.
So that's basically what he said, right? I got a mixtape dropping top of the year 2025. This was said December 2024. We're in what, March, April of 2025. He said no album, mixtape. So as many of you guys do know, pretty sure we've all seen the pattern in regards to the Opium like 2025 release schedule, right? It went Cardi March, obviously Ken's dropping like in 2 days, April. Homicide Gang announced they're doing May. Pretty sure Lone should fit in that June drop date. I think that would be the best possible scenario. Back to back to back to back, March, April, May, June. Crazy 4 months from the Opium label, right? And we just received some new info regarding the mixtape, right? Because it was kind of like quiet. It was just kind of like a theory. The only thing we had in regards to like Lone's mixtape was simply this video, and people were like making assumptions. Is it gonna be this, this, and this? And then Lone put out some tweets the other day regarding like Broken Hearts 3. That came out of nowhere. I didn't think anybody was expecting Broken Hearts 3. More so it to be Broken Hearts 2. I'm gonna stick with Broken Hearts 3 to be quite honest, but did anybody expect this? I was like, yo, where the hell did this come from, right? And then he teased the Opium collab tape, maybe me and Ken first. So we're like, yo, Lone has Broken Hearts 3 on the way. He's got a possible mixtape. Could the mixtape be called Broken Hearts 3? Is that going to be what it's called? Or is he going to drop the Opium Twins collab tape? And he pretty much gave some clarity in this article. I don't really know who he did it with, but they asked him, yo, what more could you need in terms of music? You tweeted the other day that you'll be dropping Broken Hearts 3. What made you want to return to that series? That's a great question, because like everybody wanted to know in 2025, why is Lone returning to that series? I'm not complaining, because that is peak Lone, but I'm curious as to how he got in that mind frame, right? Then he said, all right, that's a good question, because for a minute I didn't know what to do, what's next, so I just sat back and studied myself. I'm probably like the biggest Lone fan. I don't know if that's weird. So I see what everybody says about me. I see how everybody feels. I see what they want. I'm not the type of artist that's going to sit here and be like, yeah, bro, I'm going to go back to my old self and be who I was before. And I completely agree with that. And I don't think it ever works as an artist if you do that, right? If you constantly say like, yo, I'm going to give y'all the 2021 Destroy Lonely. I'm going to give y'all the 2016 Uzi. I'm going to give y'all the Cash Cardi. It just doesn't never works. It's just inorganic. You could see right through it, right? Because that's just not who they are as an artist, right? When you're making music, you're making art, right? You're talking, it's about lifestyle, it's about what you've seen, it's about, you know, all the things you've gone through. And then especially for a mixtape like that, when Lone was pretty much not really that lit, you seeing the IG lives with like 45 people, and I pay like $45 for a lineup, like you seeing that all the way to where Lone is right now. So you just can never replicate that feeling within the music ever again. You could slightly try to go back to it, but it's just never gonna feel as good as that moment was back then. So I'm not really a big fan of when people say, yo, I'm returning to my old self, yo, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna bring back. I feel like Uzi's a big victim of that. I feel like Uzi's always like, yo, Uzi's been like hung up on this like 2016 purple hair Uzi. He's like always mentioning that, and I feel like that always bites him in the back. But that's just kind of my thoughts regarding that. And then Lone kept going. He said, but I definitely want to still show people like, hold on now, I can make whatever the F I want to. And I completely agree with that, right? I feel like a perfect example of that, of an artist not, I feel like even when artists just listen to the fans, it just never works, right? I feel like as an artist, you got to do what's right in terms of yourself, where you're at, what you want to create. Because at least for me, like it feels inorganic and you can see right through it, right? A perfect example is Whole Lotta Red Cardi. Everybody wanted this V1 Cardi, this like Pierre Bourne, you know, fun type of Cardi, but no, he completely switched it up. You either love it or you hate it, but this is where I'm at as an artist. If you're rocking with me, let's do it. If not, see ya, right? I'm always a fan of when artists do that approach. So he said that right here, but I definitely still want to show people like, hold on now, I can make whatever the F I want to. Right now, I'm choosing to make whatever I want artistically, but this is a project that I really want to be for my fans. Like, it's just my old prods on there, and that old stuff I want to do. Just me being completely myself, nothing else. So he said, it's just my old prods on there. I think we all know who he's talking about, right? Especially with the Broken Hearts tape. I'm in this deal with Clayco. Clayco on the beat. Yo, Clayco Lone 2025. I don't really care for any other prod. I'm gonna be so for real. Let's just have a solo Lone Clayco tape. The streets need that in 2025. 1000%. Especially after we heard what Clayco cooked on Cardi's album. Opium Baby might be a generational beat. I'm not gonna lie to you. Clayco did his big one. To think that Clayco had the best beat on a Playboi Carti album and one of the biggest rap albums within like the streaming era is pretty insane. Shout out Clayco. He's always been everybody's GOAT. Obviously he was never like thrown to the dirt or like kicked off the bus. It wasn't really like that, right? He had credits on Love Lasts Forever. It was pretty minimal. Maybe it was like about 3 to 5 tracks, but I'm gonna speak for the entirety of the community. We need Clayco Lone solo prod tape. Simply it, right? So that's a very good sign. And then when he says all of his other prods, I'm thinking maybe like Cody, Cade, like the whole Underworld collective. They did all of NS, and we know where NS sits in his discography, right? So that's a very good sign. And also, these new Lone snippets have been very hard. We'll get into that later. And then the dude followed up with another question saying, is that something you've already started working on? What's the timeline on that, right? What's the, frame we could see this release, this Broken Hearts, I'm gonna still call it Broken Hearts 3. When could we see Broken Hearts 3 drop, right? He said, practically done. But it's all new music, straight 2025. I've been recording it on the road because Lone's been on tour for like God knows how long. In the dressing room, in the basements, in houses. Just the old stuff I used to be on, just recording anywhere and having fun with it. So that's a very good sign, right? He said all 2025 music, which is pretty crazy, right? Because we've only been in 2025 for about like 4.5 months. So that's gonna be a new tape, right? Compared to Cardi's tape, it felt like all the music on Cardi's tape was just like years old. I'm a fan of that. So all new tracks recorded within 2025 that's music to my ears, right? We got Lone going back to his old prods. Pretty much he's talking about Clayco, right? Clayco should executive produce the entirety of the album, or at least the entire Underworld collective, right? Then he's going Broken Hearts 3, cool, dope, and it's gonna be all new music straight 2025. We are there, right? So all this is in regards to the Broken Hearts 3. Pretty sure that's what's gonna be his next mixtape because there's really no other names floating around, right? And we kind of cracked the code on when we could see the time frame for this release. It's gotta be June, right? So possibly Broken Hearts 3, Destroy Lonely, June, all 2025 music. We will be there, right? Then he gave us some info regarding Opium Twins, right? Opium Twins, I kind of call it like the new 1629 of this generation. I was like, yo, this ain't never gonna drop. They've been teasing Opium Twins for God knows how long. Every year it seems like one of these artists teases, the release of the drop. Hopefully that could become a reality within 2025 because they asked him, and he also tweeted that joint project with you and Ken might be coming before that. Is that something that's pretty much completed as well? He said not yet, but that's something definitely the focus now, right? He said he's dropped his projects, he got his new stuff on the way, More Chaos about to come out. I got my mixtape on the way, and then 2025 we just focused on the Ken and Lone project, right? So once More Chaos drops April 11th, that's out the way on Friday. Probably like June, Lone's gonna drop, boom. Rest of 2025, apparently, from what Lone said, they're gonna be focusing on the Opium Twins collab tape. That's about 6 months left within the year. I feel like the perfect time for that release would be October, would be like a Halloween release. I don't know if Halloween's on a Friday. Something like that would be pretty dope. But Opium Twins 2025, could that become a reality? Or is it simply like the new 1629 and it's just gonna get teased forever and never drop, right? So that's regarding Opium Twins. This is regarding the mixtape. We are in for a very, very good year. 2025 has been looking insane so far, right? And we're just in April, right? We got a lot of months ahead of us. It's looking really good. But if you guys like this video, like, comment, share, and subscribe. It's MONEYMAY or Zay, and I'm out. Thank you guys.